I'm Dion. I'm an engineering leader, currently working at BetCloud in the sports betting wagering space. I fell in because in high school I realised how terrible of a designer I was. But I thoroughly enjoyed building out the implementation, so I got into HTML, and that journey has taken me here. I started with PHP and then shuffled across into Node, spent a bit of time in Java and Go, and heaps of time in the AWS cloud space. Industries, I've always jumped industry to industry. Definitely the sports betting and crypto industries have been the best. They've been the most adventurous and high scale from the sort of platforms that you work on. My advice would be it can't happen overnight. I would say definitely come in and start listening more than you would before. Listening to your team can give you some really good insights in terms of what you should be focusing on to really help those teams elevate themselves and uplift from both a product and a technology sense. I would definitely collaborate across the product roles and the team roles to really understand what expectations they have from you as a leader. How do they want to be led? How do they want to be managed? Where are they currently got gaps in the team that you'd be able to step up and help them resolve? Like, as your role as a leader is to facilitate an environment where your squads can really perform. So that's your number one goal. It traditionally used to, from my lens, but the last sort of 5 or 6 years, you've definitely seen this growth in opportunities in the individual contributor roles. So tech leads, staff engineers, principal engineer roles have all popped up, and in any respected organisation, the pay bands are pretty similar, which is great. And they both offer different types of leadership. So your area of influence can grow in a staff engineer role across the whole organisation within a technical capacity. You don't have to go into people leadership. You only do that if you enjoy it. Yeah. My preference has definitely been within the sort of sports betting and crypto space, and the reason for it is the technology challenges you face in those types of platforms are quite unique in terms of you've got to scale from, say, 20 bets per minute to 10,000 bets per minute within a matter of minutes based on the type of events. So it's really high scale, but also you can't build your systems to cost $3 million a month. You've got to be able to scale up and down as needed. And crypto is just like that, except in crypto, you don't know when the spikes and the dips are coming. So you've got to be prepared at every single day in terms of preparing for that load. So it's fascinating from the technical challenge perspective, and the sort of people that you meet, that from my experience that you've met in there, have a thorough appreciation for building scalable software. If you've got to sort of understand where you want to get to, like what sort of company, what sort of technologies do you want to work with, and then you can either go down and entirely make your own course through different YouTube tutorials, etc. You could do certifications through AWS, you can sign up for Udemy, etc. Like there's every cloud academy, there's a range of different offerings based on where you're trying to get to, and you just have to do a bit of research because they all favour specific channels. You would definitely want them to have experience across multiple different technology stacks, whether that's Java and Go. Yeah, definitely across multiples. You want some level of cloud experience because you're not going to escape it these days. If they've passed the technical bar, the traits I'd be looking for is self-motivation. You can't really develop that in someone easily, so you want self-motivated people. And you want people that go that extra 10%. There's nothing worse in a team, I think, than a 90% engineer that sort of does the 90% and forgets the last 10% around unhappy path testing, acceptance criteria, checkoffs, etc. So I would be looking for those sort of traits and examples that they've been able to accomplish that in their prior roles. Yeah. I think it's a sign, in my view, of a good employer if they offer your choice for the candidate to do take-home or in person, but you don't always get that opportunity. What I would do is I would definitely read through the tests. I would, beforehand if you can, I would definitely validate some of the questions, assumptions you've got with the person. They're not always designed to accomplish the 100% of those tests. They really want to make sure you've understood the problem that's trying to be solved, and then you can demonstrate a semi-working solution towards whatever target state they're expecting. So I would invest in building out a solution that satisfies as many of the criteria as you can, but not necessarily all of them if you don't get time. But for the parts you don't get to, document what you haven't gotten to. Document that, share that with the hiring manager or the recruiter, so they know what you would have done if you had an extra half an hour or 2 hours, because that can then lead into some better questioning in the next interview if you make it through to that stage. I would definitely recommend having a side project. It just puts you a level above other people, and it also allows you to learn skills that you might not learn in your day-to-day, so heaps of value there. It could be your own website, you could be using it to experiment with different technologies that are coming out, so you're sort of up to date. I think that's a number one. I would definitely find 1, 2 or 3 different technical mentors in your current company or another company that you can touch base with in a typically casual way, just to understand growth opportunities. Mentors typically are more honest with you than some of your peers are, just due to the relationship, and they can really help you grow. And I would, if there are specific companies you want to get into, whether it's a Google or Atlassian, etc. in the future, understand what technologies they use, understand what they look for, and build your skill set to focus in some of those areas, because that will help you in the future if you're looking for an opportunity there.